Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today, finally get to try out my experiment I've been wanting to try. We have the INKEE 150 watt Gold Crow, which is right here. And this sells for $369. So this is a nice light. This is not a cheap plastic LED light. We also were sent by INKEE the 30 watt RGB tube light, which I believe sells for $99.95. And these are both very handy. So I came up with the idea of thinking, can I replace my strobes in my photography studio with the INKEE 150 light and the 30? So I thought, what the heck, let's try it out. So I'm going to take my wife upstairs. We're going to shoot some pictures and see if it can be done. So let's go check it out and see. Okay guys, like I just said in the YouTube room, I removed my studio lights and I replaced them with the INKEE 150 Gold Crow. So this is just an always-on LED light. And I've got it set at 50% power. See if you can see that, 50% power. Got it connected to a softbox. And we're going to be shooting pictures of my wife. You can wave to Denise. All right guys, again, that is the INKEE Gold Crow 150. Let's start shooting. Okay guys, so she is at the posing table. All we have is just the INKEE Gold Crow 150. I replaced all the studio lights. I'm shooting this picture at 1/25 of a second, f2.8, 500 ISO. Here we go. Good smile. That looks really good. Sit it real straight. Very good. Bring your chin up just a tad for me. Up a little bit and over this way. There you go, good. Good smile. Now arch your back really, really, really straight. Tilt it over this way. Right there, like that. And cutting your eyes back toward the camera. There you go. That looks good. Now, put your hands up under your chin. That looks good. Good smile. Now try one that's kind of glaring through. No smile. You go 1, 2, 3. Very good. Back to that smile again. You go 1, 2, 3. Now all those look good, but we're missing one thing. That is a hair light. However, so here are the first shots. These are with only the Gold Crow 150 as the only light. No other lights are going. There's the first picture of my wife. I think it looks pretty decent. Her hair blends into the background a good bit. The next picture still looks good. Skin color looks good, but we're still blending into the black background with her dark hair. And the same thing continues along with the next few. Now they're good shots, but they just don't stand out and pop like I want them to. But INKEE also sent us this 30 watt RGB light. Right, that's 50 on the light, and that'll go to 100. That's probably pretty bright where you are. But if I have this behind her, her hair, or off to the side, or pointing toward the background, you can see, actually Denise, come sit down and let me show what it'll do. I'm going to give you guys a straight on look. Where if I put it right here, it'll light up her hair some. If I hold it way up here, it'll light up her hair from the back. Wish there were 3 hours here. I could put it up here, so out of sight you can probably see the difference in her hair. I'll do it a few times. Look at the top of her hair, how bright it is, and then when this is out of the way, and then we'll look at the back. We can bring it down and highlight it about right here. Point it up. Look straight at the camera, Denise. I think you probably are. And light it from here. You should be seeing some light from behind her hair. Or we can turn it back toward the background to get more light on the background for separation. Now this will also do colors. We can turn it red, blue, whatever color we want. But hopefully, I can't shoot any of those like that because I don't think I have anything to mount this on. Let's see. Okay guys, so we're back. We figured out a way, actually my wife figured out a way, to stick that to the background and the magnet so you can see at her hairline the light coming through. So I want to move this camera off to the side. Now you can see the actual, where I'm going to be shooting the picture from, you won't be able to see it. So let's take a picture with that, lighten up her hair. Good smile. Very good. Arch that back up real straight. Good. And we are doing all this with 2 LED lights, an INKEE 150 watt at half power and a INKEE 30 watt at about half power in the background. Good smile. And you can see in the bottom of her hair just slightly, ever so slightly, how it lights up. I'm going to try it one more direction. I have a solution, I think. I've got the camera on a tripod. I'm going to shoot a headshot of my wife. Bring your chin down. Look right in the camera. And I'm going to go just hold this over her head and see if we can get some hair light going. We'll blink for about 10 seconds. You guys will be able to see me holding this in the camera, but it should not be in the picture. And let's see how we look. And very good. You can see the hair light in that. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to zoom it out just a little bit. All right, let's try one more. Good smile. The hair light really put a little bit of light on top. I like that. Very good. All right, I'm going to do this one more time. In the perfect world, you want to have this mounted on something magnetic, but I didn't have any of that tonight. So here we go. And there is our other shot. And that looks excellent. That is exactly what I was looking for. So anyway, guys, it is very possible to replace your studio lights with these LED lights. So we'll head back down to the studio and talk about this a little bit more. So here we've added the hair light, and you can see behind her the light right over her shoulder, lighting up the bottom of her hair, gives her a little separation from the background. That one does the same exact thing, that picture. And we get it again, lighting up her hair, a little separation from the background. And here we go with a hair light. You can see the top of her hair is lit up. That really separates from the background. That one was kind of tight. And here is one that you can see the top of her hair lit up really well to separate it from the background. So I thought that looked pretty cool. All right, guys, so that is it for our experiment. I think I'm safe to say I think that worked pretty well. You know, you do have the disadvantages can be of having an LED light that's on all the time versus a flash. If somebody's sensitive to light, it can bother them. A flash is very quick. These stay on the whole time. Probably with little kids, it would probably be an issue with babies and stuff. They would want the bright light shining in their eyes. But I think if you're doing models and stuff, I think it's completely doable. This gave out plenty of beautiful light for the front. And this really gave us the hair light and the back light. And had I had something to magnetize this on better than just me holding it over her head or mounting it behind her, we would get a more effect from this. This is RGB and it will do all the different colors also. To be honest, I'm quite impressed with this setup. When I first saw the price of the Enki, I thought, wow, that is pretty expensive for an LED light. But if you compare this to like some of the other brands that I've got that are LEDs, this thing will last. This is it feels like it's made like whatever they make tanks out of. It's absolutely indestructible. It's not plastic like the others, and it is one super bright light. And it also has its own, I think I showed you this before, this folds out so that you can put any Bowens mount on it, and that's how I mounted my umbrellas to it. So $369, you're getting a very, very nice product, and this is a very versatile product. The INKEE 30 watt with RGB and the lights, very versatile with the magnets. I liked it. I will probably do future shoots with this and try to expand on that a little bit. But yes, I think it is very, very cool. I give it a thumbs up. I really like it. If you have any questions, I did not know much about Enki until they contacted me. I believe they are owned by the same company as Andesini, or I believe Andesini owns Enki, something like that. Somehow they're connected. I forget how, but I think they're all connected. But anyway, I think this is a very, very nice, well-built light that's heavy, but doesn't, you know, it folds up nice, so it won't take up a lot of room to travel. It is a little bit on the heavy side, but like I said, it folds up so small, it don't take up as much room as those big square plastic ones. And this, of course, you can fold this up, deflate it and fold it up. A little bitty. So anyway, well, I appreciate it, guys. Let me know what you think about that. If you like the pictures, if you saw much difference between the hair light and the back light and the background light and separation, let me know what you think. And if you've used their products before, let me know how you like them. For helping you guys out, give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Have a good day. Thank you.